The first question is, so the story is it inspired by true events that happened in your life?
The story itself probably inspired by all the things that I've read and seen, kind of caught on like concepts that I've been thinking about for a long time. But for the characters themselves, I would say that they are like loosely based on our own experiences.
Okay. So, in a way, you're kind of living your ideal life through the characters you write in the book?
Some of my characters do things which I would like to do in my life, but yeah, never had the courage to do so. So yes, in a way I would say so, but that said, they have their own flaws, and they themselves try to get rid of those flaws. Rather than saying like what they've done is what I want to do, I would say that what they aspire to do is what I want to do.
Very good. All in all, how long did it take you to, from the day you guys thought, hey, let's write the book together, to till the end, how long did that whole process take?
It took an unusually long amount of time. Probably not unusual for established authors, but certainly for us who are more used to projects that finish in a few months, for instance. We started writing the book sometime in 2010, where we had the original idea. Actually, the first draft took about 3 months, but then we spent a year revising it. We wrote many parts of it from scratch again. The real first draft of the book was finished in 2011. And then we spent about a year looking for publishers. We sent it to about 20-25 publishers in India and we got rejects from all of them. It was a very painful process, but in the end we found a publisher who was willing to publish our book. And that took about a year, and after Good Times agreed with us, they took some time reviewing the manuscript, ironing out like chinks in the armor. And in the end, that took about another year. So all in all, 3 to 3.5 years.
Okay, so you know how when you're selling something, see, if you want it to be a awesome success, that you want it to please everybody, but I'm sure there's like one group or one type of person who you think is the ideal reader.
My biggest critic has been my brother, and if he enjoys reading this book, I would be a very happy person. Talking in terms of a general audience, any person who's been born and bred in the sci-fi age, has grown up watching movies and has been reading books of Asimov and Clarke, and if those guys like appreciate the book, appreciate the concept, I would be really happy. That said, this book does not only cater to hardcore readers. Our goal was to bring science fiction to the masses in India. So we tried to write a very populist book. So I would say a biggest measure of success would be if a common person who just loves to read books, if he or she appreciates this book, enjoys reading it and falls in love with the story, that would make me really happy.
Awesome. So throughout the journey of this book, how has it evolved your style of writing?
When I started off, all 3 of us actually, all the 3 co-authors, we were very rough on the edges. We had good ideas, but I wouldn't say like our English was the greatest. So we tried really hard on improving our language, but then we realized that telling a story is not only about coming up with a good language. You need to have a good flow, real believable characters. So as and when we started writing the book, the biggest change in me was the fact that I had to create real characters. I would say that is the biggest thing that I've learned while writing the first book.
So this is kind of a deep question. So you know how any art form, including writing, is like an outlet. Say if one day I'm feeling really agitated or stressed out, and I go and paint something, I feel calm. It helps me like think about things and all that. So through your whole journey of writing this book, have you personally changed, and if so, how?
That's a very profound question.
Thanks, I know I'm so good at this.
So the first thing is that it is an outlet for emotions actually. Like I have found at points where although my character isn't in the happiest of moods, maybe I am in the happiest of moods and then my characters tend to become happy, or vice versa. It's kind of hard to dissociate yourself and your thoughts and emotions from your characters that you've created.
So I personally haven't read books before which have had more than one author. The only time I've seen collaborators on a book or something has been like scientific literature. So that's why I'm curious about this. So since 3 of you are writing, so how much did each of you change each other's ideas?
You are absolutely right when you said that there aren't many books out there who are written by multiple authors. It's really hard to collaborate on fiction because fiction is something that resides in a person's head. So having 3 people do it would create mashup of weird things. So in the end, like one of us had to take up the role of making sense out of everything.
Through the whole journey of writing this book, I'm sure you had a lot of ideas which you couldn't see come to life during this project only because it didn't fit the bill. Are there any like seeds of spin-off projects, or did this project give you ideas for like future projects?
Yeah, you should read the sequel when it comes out.